Hi, this is Project Show and Tell 1 for Group 14. This is our product, Geomon.
This is the model view model diagram. All of the blue boxes belong to the view layer, the green boxes belong to the view model, and then the orange ones to the model layer. So starting off with the view, here we have the home fragment, which inflates the home view, home fragment XML. But for now, that is just the home view would be the navigation for the whole application. But for now, it just has the test button. So the home view model, when clicked, it just simply goes to the battle activity. And the battle activity is where the battles happen for the user and the opponent, against and the opponent. Yeah. There, the battle activity, the battle activity observes and sends events to as well to the battle view model, which retrieves information such as the user's health, the opponent's health, the turn number, and the moves and whatnot. Yeah, and the gallery and the slideshow fragments are still not implemented fully, but yeah, the also the species view model is then responsible for retrieving information from the repository, the species repository. Um, yeah, which it accesses the species DAO, which then queries the database for the information about the different geomon. And the database also then manages the entity species and the move entity, which just describe the moves values, and same for the species, such as their health and whatnot.
Hello, this is the battle section of this video. To enter the battle activity, it would be to click this button. When inside the battle activity, there's many different UI elements, such as the run button, which allows the activity to finish and exits the battle if the player doesn't want to battle this monster. There's also the health bars that are displayed on the screen, such as the enemy health bar and the player health bar, and both sprites for the enemy monster and the player's monster. There's also a turn counter at the top that increases as the battle progresses when you click one of the moves. The moves are displayed on these 4 buttons at the bottom of the screen. These moves will later be announced on the announcer in the middle screen for extra UI clarity in the future. For example, when I click on one of these moves, the player and the enemy take the amount of damage that both of their moves dealt. We also implemented a list log at the bottom to show what moves has occurred. So I clicked Mud Slap and that did 22 damage to the enemy monster. Each move has different effects, such as healing the monster. For example, recover heals your monster. As you can see, I took the damage from the enemy monster, but I healed it back up. And if I defeat the enemy monster by doing amount of damage and get them below their health, this will result in the battle ending and because the player has successfully defeated the monster.
Right now, we are only assuming that a player has only one default Geomon. So in the future, we might implement a function that allow player to swap Geomon during the battle and even outside the battle. Um, Also, if after we implement the items functions and features, there will be a button around here that allows players to use items during the battle, such as healing potions, healing fruits, kind of like that items, and even items that weaken the enemy Jamon. Um, in order to get a good grades in this project, I think group not only have to put effort into making sure that our code runs well, we have no edge case. Like if we rotate our phone, the UI will remain the same. But we also have to put our effort into coming up with good ideas. What features should we implement next that don't waste our time, and we can work as a team and put together parts fast and efficiently. Hi, this is the second part of the video where we show a demo and talk about the map and the monster spawn done by Long and Ming. So we thought really hard about like how we should implement the monster spawn around the player. So what we did was we create a grid around the player and divide it to cells, and then for each cells we randomly filled it with monsters, and each monster stats location are determined by a seed based on the player's location. And it's all random. So if the player moves to a different location, like all different monster would be spawned. So here we can see that if we click the blue marker is the player and the red marker is the monster. So if we click the monster, it info will be like shown here. We will implement the icons and the player icons later in the second demo. We at this point we haven't put together the map activity and the battle activity. So in the future, if you click a monster, a battle will be initiated, and we will have go to the battle activity to fight the monsters. Also, in the second demo, we will have to implement a more complete UI for that. Also, in the future, we will definitely add more monster. Currently, it only slime and different levels, different stats. In the future, we have to add more monster and different icons for it, like dragons, skeletons, and stuff. Also, in the battle, regarding the battle activity, we will have to add like items to for players to use during the battle. And if you click the player, it will show the player stats, XP, achievements, and such. And yeah, that will be a different fragment we'll implement later. After all the other members are finished with their respective tasks, the UI designer will put them all together. And then we also improve our websites.